Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Exciting one today. As you can see, I am here at Precision Golf down in Surrey for a long overdue driver fitting. If you know me, if you've played with me or watched any number of the videos, you will see that my current driver is, let's say, not optimized, very high, very spinny. Lots of mockery has ensued around that. So we're going to spend some time with the guys here. I have a fitting booked in with Simon. We're going to see if we can get a bit of a stronger ball flight, get that spin rate down a bit, and ultimately hit the ball a little bit further. Should be a good one today. Stay tuned and we will see where we end up.
So considering the aim of trying to improve driver spec, you've got the QI10 Max, so quite a forgiving head, the most forgiving in the series. 10.5, so it's not a ridiculous loft, but it's a head with a lot of depth, weight set back. So not necessarily the lowest spin. The Max gave a bit more spin. So certainly for Joel saying he gets a lot of height, a lot of spin, the head style isn't necessarily helping bring that down. And obviously we've got somewhere to go on loft as well. Shaft-wise, pretty stable. It's the S Plus series Diamana, so it's not the kind of full fat Diamana range. It's a slightly kind of smoother version of it, a little less high grade, but in principle again a kind of a mid-launch, mid-spin, but still good quality shaft. But relatively head heavy, just over 45 inches, basically D6. So balance-wise, it's quite a particular setup, quite head heavy. So certainly got a few key markers to look at there. So we'll get Joel through and see what we can do. Pretty neutral.
Yeah, that's shape-wise, that's pretty normal if I've hit it okay. I love that.
Yeah. That first one was maybe slightly higher on the face, potentially, but yeah, that's pretty high. I mean, so considering your angle of attack is only a little bit up, because we'll get a few more to get a kind of average, but your very neutral delivery, it's less than a degree up, but that's a 17-degree launch.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And it's nearly 4,000 on spin. So yeah, that's going to hold you back yardage-wise. And then the problem is you then start having to, you're naturally going direct to try and bring flight down, and that then throws your swing patterns off, low point, plane, because you're having to try to manipulate to especially if you're playing in a bit of wind, to try to kind of keep the thing going forwards. Yeah. And it's a losing battle.
And that is typical, and because I'm so used to it, I don't notice it anymore. But if I'm playing with someone, particularly if I haven't played with them before, I'll hit that shot and they'll go, oh my gosh, look how high that's gone. I'll go, yeah, that's really normal. And as you say, if I'm into wind or there's like a hazard I'm trying to clear, and then I really try and give it some, it just gets worse at that point. So that spin rate, that flight, that is the thing that's essentially the thing that's brought me here, in the hope that we can do some work to address it.
So looking over those, so get the warm-up data. So generally speaking, a path pretty darn neutral. There's one that got a little out to it, and that was the second to last one where that one got away right on you. But angle of attack a little. Now actually, like 2 or 3 degrees up is absolutely fine. If it's going high, it's actually quite hard to stay at 2 or 3 degrees up, because all you're seeing is the ball going up there. So that's where there's maybe a little bit of variety to it, because trying to keep that launch angle, that flight from getting too high, actually, your action really suits a driver. It's pretty neutral on path. You get the face through it well, you hit up on it a little bit. Contact-wise, because of that line through the ball, you get decent, considering how high it's going, you get a decent ball speed efficiency.
Right, okay.
The one that got slightly higher up the face potentially, 2.5 on spin, that's closer to where we'd like it to be. But then you go up, three out of 4 of them, the best part of 4,000. Yeah. And that's like 4-iron spin rate, 5-wood spin rate. So, as you say, flight efficiency wise, even if we gained nothing on ball speed, which if you keep the same club speed with lower loft is basically impossible, because it will come out more forward. So even if we gain nothing on ball speed, if we can get your average flight at 16 launch, 3-4 on spin, if we get 1,000 revs off the spin and get a couple of degrees off the launch, you're not going to fail to gain. If I go on the averages on this and look at the optimize that, well, there's 20, 25 yards.
Right, okay.
You know, immediately.
Which
to
I
gain
would
out
love.
of that, which,
Yeah.
if we do nothing but get the ball flight
Okay.
down to where we'd like it to.
I'm interested to see if I might, and maybe I won't, maybe it's just me, but I'm interested to see if I might be able to swing faster with something else as well, because it does feel like quite a lot to manoeuvre through space at the moment. So maybe not, but even if not, that sounds pretty good to
Well, it's
get
also part of the problem is the harder you hit that, because of where the loft is, with it going high, all you're doing is adding more
just
whip
goes
on the
higher and
back of the
higher.
ball, more height, more spin.
Yeah.
So you get robbed. Actually, quieting it down might help keep the spin down.
Right.
So, whereas, you know, say if we get the flight in the right place, you hit it harder, it goes forwards, and
Sure.
it goes forwards more
Forwards
rather
would be
than
great.
just up more.
Yeah,
So,
that would be great.
yeah, I mean, so certainly, yes, it looks like it's a little bottom end heavy. You could see actually the good swings look really nice, but you could see on the one that went right where your right side dropped underneath, where that kind of club head's dropping under and open the face.
Yeah.
And so then a little bit of volatility on the club face, trying to play catch up.
And that probably is me trying to swing one a bit harder.
Okay.
So and that becomes the miss. But as you say, I swing it harder, I don't really gain anything anyway.
No.
So it's sort of pointless.
Yeah, so the couple of wins are going to be, as you get at the point, you're not having to find impact with the club head from a timing point of view. I think the base weight of the shaft, the shaft side of it looks really not a million miles off.
Okay.
It's not like the whole club and you're out of sync. The club head is getting a little out of sync,
Okay.
but this bit seems to be moving with you pretty well.
Okay.
But yeah, loft. I mean, there's an easy win from loft, and then say optimizing that launch and spin. Getting it better won't be hard at all, but just like dialing in right, what is the best setup? You know, then if that'll help you gain confidence, then free up. Then we start to see the speed creeping up. That would be where potentially we get more like the 100 mile an hour club speed.
Yeah. Okay. It feels lighter instantly. Yeah, definitely feels slightly lighter. I'm not sure if it is or not. It just feels that way.
Yeah, swing rate's down from basically D6 to just over D2.
Okay.
And now some of that's the length change. This is a 45-inch rather than it's 45 and a quarter. Your current one, so it's not a massive change.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely head weight's down a little bit.
Okay. I did just find myself having to step slightly closer to the ball, so I can tell it's slightly shorter.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hate that.
I was going to say it's all of about 2 yards offline.
It's going left.
Okay, let's see one more of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things you can see with those last two is actually losing the club a little bit, so it's letting you just flip it over.
Yeah.
So whilst your current one might be a little bit heavy, it's whether actually you potentially need a bit of head weight, but might be slightly lighter shaft weight.
Okay.
Because losing a bit of the head weight looked like you just lost the club head entirely.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously that's then turned the loft down, so that last one's now much lower, and even though it's not where we want it to be yet, we're starting to see distance move up. But would rather keep it the same line as the first one. So I'm going to change that up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, that flowed better straight away.
Yeah, that felt easier to control for sure.
So you can see where there's a kind of a pattern that we look for, where essentially the kind of the handle end comes with you. So as you fire from the top, that stays, what I would say, out in front of you.
Yeah.
And then having a bit of mass in the bottom end actually helps the club drop in. It gives you something to hit against, in your case, that then allows you to kind of keep building speed through the shot.
Okay.
And so straight away, it's a better spin, it's a dead straight shot, but there's just a better flow to it immediately. Okay, we're now, even on a fade, we're now starting to see that build. So that's 2,500 revs on a fade, not 3.9.
Okay.
You know, that's now 265.
Right. Okay.
On one that's not that's not the longest shot from a shot shape point of view.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And club
and
speed
here's
up a
more of
bit
a guts
as well.
to the strike there as well.
Yeah. Okay. No, bad strike.
Okay. I'm gonna just take the dead weight down. I mean, look, it's a good miss.
Okay, it felt like a total drop kick, I must say.
A little bit of one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to. I'm just going to take the weight down. I want to find too light.
Okay.
And then we'll bring it back up.
That felt like the best one yet.
Okay.
I don't know if it will be data-wise, but it felt pretty good.
Okay. Yep. In some respects, because I can still dial in the data further, it doesn't matter if it isn't quite the best one we've had, but the fact that it feels the best, that's good. That shows that's a progression in spec.
Yeah, the whole thing just felt like I wasn't wrestling it. It felt like, as you said before, it felt like it was in sync with me in a way that my current one and some of the others haven't.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Yeah, same again.
Yeah, so it's, as you say, that it's a little tighter through and back. So what I'm going to do with that, we're still a little high on flight.
Okay.
I'm just going to go down another notch in loft.
Okay, felt good that.
So I'll keep the spec the same apart from 8 degree versus a 9 degree. And this is the thing, a lot of people go, oh God, low loft, doesn't that mean it's going to go sideways? No. That just affects the flight.
Okay.
So the only reason I was having this discussion on the course on Sunday with someone, they're saying, oh, if I go low loft, it goes sideways on me. I was like, it doesn't though. It just comes out lower.
Right.
It can go, if you turn a ball over with less spin, it will run further offline.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually, higher spin will hold the shot shape fractionally.
Okay.
So technically high loft is a bit straighter, but like that last shot, if we get the flight in the right place, you go from 255 to 265, 270.
Right.
So as that kind of cone goes out, yes, it goes marginally further offline, but it's not going more offline because it's less loft.
Okay,
it's going further because it's less loft.
I think people like me assume that spin rate coming down is suddenly going to make that dispersion cone way wider.
It's
and
only
if it's only
backspin.
Right. Okay.
So if you've got side spin on it, if it's the same amount of side spin and it's the same face angle, then if the flight comes down, when it lands, it runs out further. So that's the bit where it amplifies out a bit, but it doesn't suddenly turn a 5-yard draw into a 20-yard draw.
Gotcha. Okay.
That would just be, the only way of doing that is the face angle goes more offline.
Okay.
So it's I'd say one of the misconceptions, and high loft safe, but actually for you, high loft's just short. So. Slightly lower on the face.
Okay. Felt okay. Like it didn't feel totally flush, but it felt all right. That felt flush, but with a slightly open face. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay, interesting. That one looks large. Okay. I'll watch one more of that. That was hit. Okay, so slightly better. That one was hit better. Now we're pushing out upper 260s. Okay, I'll definitely come. So that's not far off.
Okay.
It's going to kind of dial in.
Didn't feel as good for whatever it's worth. It's probably not worth much. Didn't feel quite as good as the previous iteration.
Yeah, I actually thought the 9 degree head swung a little bit, and you do genuinely get slight tolerances of where the weight goes in them. So I struggle more with weight back in the head. I have a little bit of a change in plane and open the face up as I start down.
Right.
So a back weighted head for me throws the face control off a little bit. That'll be something we'll have a look at in a moment.
Okay.
Actually, I might as well do that next, actually. And this head to me looked like it flowed better than that one.
Yeah. It felt better, yeah.
You know, on tour, in the tour versions, they've got kind of 10 positions they could put the weight in.
Right.
The heads, there's sort of front, middle, toe, and back, and they, down to the half a gram, they will log for the tour guys where that weight goes, so they can exactly replicate total weight and mass distribution.
Gotcha.
When it comes to retail, we don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
And actually sticking a load of hot melt in heads can be quite dangerous. You can, if it gets on the face, it deadens it completely. But there are tolerances within the heads. They all use a little bit of, there's a bit of glue that goes in them to catch any debris that's in there and to weight heads as well. So you do get slight tolerances in how they flow as well. So, but I'll move the weight forward in the head. Okay. And, so I'm going to go, so you're going to go into GT3, just to bring that weight forward and see whether that also helps just to get a bit more flow of the head there.
Okay. Didn't feel like a very good swing, but obviously, you know, it's not exactly gone wildly offline.
Yeah.
Neither did that.
It's coming under it a little bit.
Yeah.
That was a nice move.
Yeah, that felt better.
Okay, so I still think we need to drop. So, interesting. Spin relative to launch is maybe slightly better, but it's actually still popping it up. So we still need to get that loft down.
Okay.
Okay, right. So
that felt like a bit more of a wrestling match with that one. It's really good fun. It's not necessarily what I expected, just because I haven't been through this before, but it's very enjoyable. I thought there was going to be some fairly quick wins and easy gains of the spin particularly, and I think that's what we're seeing. There's a slight pressure element in that, is it me, is it the club? And I'm sure it's mostly me. But I guess the point is to find the fit between me and the club. So I mean, I haven't shanked any of them into the trees or anything like that yet, so that's a relief. But yeah, it's just an interesting sort of puzzle solving element. It's great to see how intricate it can be and how quickly the diagnosis can come, 2 shots and we're swapping something out, whereas I don't really know what I've done and I'm the one who's done it. So yeah, really enjoying it, really good fun, and I'm excited to see the next few iterations. Ooh, jazzy.
That was nice.
That felt pretty good. Oh, much lower.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. That's going to go way left.
Interesting. So it's first one looked really stable.
Yeah.
There's a tendency for right side just to drop under. And I think we saw that with your current one. It's exaggerated by the balance in the bottom end.
Yeah.
And we've seen that's just when you get the little bit of drift.
Okay.
So that's probably something technique-wise, just to be every now and then your right shoulder just drops underneath, opens the face up, and that's when the high fade comes.
Yeah.
Into
Okay.
it. But I just wonder whether my only reservation, so first one, 97.5 miles an hour, 101 the last swing.
Right.
I've gone slightly lighter again on this. I just wonder whether if you were at the other end of life cycle and we were trying to make it a bit easier to get the best out of it, I think that would be good.
Okay.
I think the more confident you get with it, the less there is to hit against.
Okay.
So I think that's slightly light. I'm going to bring the weight
Fine.
back up.
Not a great shot, but that actually felt better. That felt like I knew where it was a bit more. Just not a great swing, I think.
Right.
That felt better.
That hit. Okay.
say that felt like maybe the best of the day.
Well, about 10 yards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, that is partly me thinking I've got to actually swing through it, which is sometimes a problem, but that also did feel pretty good.
yeah, and that one you didn't drop under, you just kept turning through. So
Yeah.
this one's back up, slightly heavier than this, but again, this is sort of critical for, as you gain trust and confidence with it. We don't need to have to hulk up and smash it,
Yeah.
but we do want something, drivers there to be hit. You're wanting to send it. So, that one's now up pretty damn close to optimal.
Right, okay.
You're never going to launch it low,
No,
but the
sure.
spin's in a great window. Your ball speed, okay, technically there's a couple of miles an hour ball speed to get out of it, but it's got a really good efficient ball flight. And so for 101 club speed, 275 total, with it not being like it was in summer
Just
here.
for my curiosity, why will I never launch it low? Because it's not like I'm hitting 10 degrees up on it. So what is that?
So some players deliver more loft than others. So,
Okay.
This is a 9-degree head. I've actually put it in the equivalent of the D1 setting, so it's like slightly lofted down. You hit up on it 2.5, 3 degrees,
Sure.
so that's adding a little bit of loft. But then some players deliver loft and some turn loft down. So I, Stuart, who's coach here, and I have basically the same club speed, very similar angle of attack. I use an 8 degree, he uses an 11 degree.
Right,
So
okay.
some players take loft off and some add it.
Okay.
And so where you hit up on it and you release, you kind of more underneath rather than over.
Yeah, okay.
Your best shots will be upper mid launch, and then as long as we keep the spin in the right window, then flat top.
Okay.
But in the same way that Rory's never he can hit the stinger, but his natural flight is up and out because he's under and up.
Okay.
And then you get someone like Xander Schauffele, who has a much more of a covered natural action. He
Yeah.
still hits up on it slightly, but his natural ball flight's going to be a little bit flatter.
So it's very Rory reminiscent, you'd say.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
great,
100%,
thanks.
yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to go back to this one, having been slightly heavier,
Okay.
and see whether actually the slightly heavier one feels like you can do more with it,
Okay.
or whether this feels slightly more comfortable.
Okay. Feels nice. I know that's not a great shot, but it feels quite nice.
Interesting one.
No.
Interesting enough, I think I slightly prefer the other one.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it just.
Me too.
I
They're
say
the best
if you
two.
weren't improving, that would probably be slightly easier to stay in balance and
Okay.
swing. But yeah,
I
prefer the other
agree.
one, Yeah. Just think up under a little bit more, but still. Feel-wise, how does that feel?
It doesn't feel like I can trust it quite
Okay.
as much as the silver one.
Yeah.
It feels fine. I would say it feels not a million miles away.
Yeah,
but I don't know. There's something about it where I just don't
Is
feel
it,
like I
this
can.
is the bit of the Goldilocks thing, is
Yeah.
it? Too little, too much, or
Yeah.
just right? Yeah.
I'll hit one more. I don't
Yeah.
think I like it quite
Yeah.
as much. Oh, see that
I mean, to be fair, there's some pretty small variables here. So, it's probably not quite as consistent on ball speed.
Okay.
It's absolutely fine,
Yeah.
but probably still lags a little
Yeah, I think I prefer the other one. I
Yep.
feel like I could turn through it better with the
Yeah.
other.
bit. Yeah, and certainly shaft-wise, we're right in the middle of that, where it's really saying we know deadweight wise where we want to be, we know the balance point, we know the profile, and it's sort of seeing of these kind of few options, does one, you know, is there anything that stands out performance-wise enough to be, oh, it's definitely that, or you know, there's a mixture of the feel side. You know, Joel's got to enjoy the feel of it. Some shafts will give a slightly more stout feel, some are a little bit more responsive, and then you know, between them, if it's one of those, well, there's nothing between it, then obviously budget's going to come into it as well. But so shaft-wise, we're really fine-tuning that in. Once I get that, then there are a couple of other heads, excuse me, that we'll go to see if that helps just optimize flight a little bit more. But yeah, shaft-wise, we're right in the fine-tuning side.
Use that as a test head, to try some other shafts, because I think the head's got a great quite a strong number. 205.
That looks like there's a little bit more to hit against.
Yeah, I would say so. That's what I was saying before. That feels like I'm able to, it feels like it's going to be more stable, and so I can turn with it rather than having to manipulate it much at all. Yeah, I like this. This feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, and interesting with that, there's more, and this is where the weight takes you through the shot better. There's less sort of feeling for it. That looks like once you start going, you can just let it take over.
And that's exactly what I haven't had.
Yeah.
That one just felt like I can trust it.
Yeah.
And as long as I've not got it completely out of whack in the backswing, I'll just keep going and it'll come with me.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go just compare it back to the Aeroterra. Great.
Oh, that's a terrible shot. Oh, that's the worst one of the day. Let's just all pretend we didn't see that. That's not good either.
Interesting. Going back to that, doesn't look anywhere near as good as the previous one.
I can't feel anything anymore. I mean, it might be the point I've changed so much now, I'm kind of losing track of what's what, but that didn't feel right.
No, I think going back into it, it didn't look anywhere near. I guess it's one of those where having, as long as this does what it did before, having swung something that looked really quite freed up and really simple through the ball, that actually maybe you were doing more with that last one than
maybe
felt like it was the previous time. So.
Yeah, thank you.
And your body will always take path of least resistance, and actually if suddenly it isn't as much flow, then it becomes really quite obvious.
Yeah, that, again, I'll blame myself, but that didn't feel right for whatever reason. It wasn't great.
There's still, I guess this came, that's not just got underneath a little bit, it still looked like you had more to work with.
Sure.
With that.
Better.
Yeah, it's like that swing there. You could just see from the moment you started down, it's down the channel, and there's kind of a real extension out towards the target where you're able to let the swing go. So if you're taking that one, okay, there's a little bit more to eke out of it by bringing the flight down just a little bit.
Okay.
But you know, the proportion of spin to launch is good.
Okay.
The flow of it, where you start to just unload through it, is good. You know, club speed's starting to move up. And then so if we can just drop that launch angle a little bit, then we're starting to push closer to the 280 mark. So a little bit of lead tape just to fine tune the swing weight. That's all done internally in the build.
Okay.
Just see how that head
all
performs.
Right.
Okay, straight away, those numbers we discussed, it's quite close to those.
Okay.
So straight away, it's just the LS low spin tech ping does bring the launch angle down.
Okay.
But so we don't need to knuckle spin as long as the launch comes down.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, flight window, immediately that's in a good spot.
Okay. Oh, that's a bad strike.
Okay. Yeah, general trajectory window's pretty good.
That felt like it was going to go like that, and it didn't.
Yeah.
I was sort of looking up, like
Yeah.
I was going to go really high.
So I'll come back to that. I think my only slight, if we're looking at raw yardage,
Yeah.
is the pin quite as fast
Okay.
as some of the others?
Yep. Okay.
But the pitch of flight's in a
Yeah.
really good place.
Okay.
Okay. So I'd have been shocked had this not brought spin down.
Yeah. Sure. Oh no. Yeah, lost it. Just lost the club head there.
Okay. Okay. So this is one of the lowest spin heads about. And that one where you've got the first one got through and kind of launched up a bit more. That one you got a little more loft off through impact, slight draw, and so that's got a 14.5 launch and just under 1900 spin. Now it's on the bottom end of where I'd want to see it. You can see there it sits on this optimized screen just on that bottom end, but your launch is always on the top end. So actually there is enough flight for that spin.
Okay.
But it's from a raw distance point of view, that means longer.
Okay.
I don't think we're in danger of it knuckling and falling out the sky on you because you create that launch angle.
Okay.
If you said to me, I just want to hit it as far as possible, that. But a slightly more moderate spin on, say, the ping just means you could argue it's a slightly safer ball flight.
Okay.
However, I mean, this is the 9-degree turn down a little bit in loft.
Okay.
If you started to hit it lower and turn loft off and it started to get too low,
Yeah.
we can loft it back up.
Okay.
You can, this has got the heavy weight in the front. We can
Yeah.
move some of the weight to the back to moderate the spin a little bit.
Okay.
So there is quite a lot we can do with it.
Okay.
But if we're looking at, right, what's going to give me the longest shot
Yeah. Okay.
and the flattest tops of the flight, the most kind of giddy up and go,
Yeah.
it's that head. So it'll be interesting to see with this head
Yeah.
going into the 8th degree where that takes us.
A bit high.
Yeah, and I think what we see is from a swing point of view, occasionally what happens, you hit quite a lot of drivers, so it's going to happen every now and then. You just right side just drops under and that fans the face open, and that's that one.
Not a disaster though.
It's not a disaster. No. Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather see that one than the snipe left.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
Okay.
No. It does feel better though, I will say.
Yeah,
There's something,
that's
a very bad shot.
I'm going to take a hair of weight off of this.
Okay.
The bit the bit where I kind of muttered okay was that second one.
Okay.
Where we're up there with ball speed on the Callaway. It's in that window for spin. That's a slight fade to square it off. The spin comes down a little more. We're in a good launch window. We're in a good ball speed. And therefore we're in a really good place on raw distance. I just want to take a really small fractional weight off of this. It looks like this head just swings a little heavier than the 9 degree.
Okay.
So. Marginally open, but still good ball speed considering.
Yeah, still felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's the tired one.
Yeah. Still just club speed still up there though.
Okay. I honestly expected to see that like in that left bunker. Felt terrible.
Let's see the one more with that. Yeah, not quite middle that, so dropped a bit of ball speed, but the retention on flight stability is very good.
Okay.
I think this is one of those where we say, okay, well, each head has a merit in its own right.
Yeah.
If we were trying to knuckle spin off as much as possible, then the Callaway is great.
Okay.
And it's still strong, but actually, and I think I'd kind of rule the ping, rule out, look, it's still an option, but I'd rule it out based on we've got the same kind of reliability on spin with the Titleist with a bit more ball speed.
Okay.
So there's no point us giving up the 5 yards or so. It's 5 yards, but we don't need to, especially if you like the Titleist head more as a head, then, you know, then down that route. However, we've also seen the longest hit, best data, best combination of ball speed and safety of spin and launch angle
with this.
With that head.
Okay, thank you. Where we were at the beginning, I mean, the club speed's gone up quite a lot, which could be me getting warmer, but obviously just a bit more confident turning it through, and the spins come down.
Yeah,
nearly,
so
nearly
97 and 141. You're picking up, you know, 5 to 7 miles an hour. The best. So if you take best hit with your ball speed with your existing one, 144.
Right.
Yeah, just under 144.
Yep.
You're 5 miles an hour more ball speed.
Right.
We've now got the spin down by 25%.
Yeah.
700 revs, 800 revs. Sorry. So you know that equals 25 yards.
Yeah.
So, which is worth having.
Absolutely.
But that's, you know, we're seeing club speed up a few miles an hour as well. So that's so actually your best hit, the efficiency of the strike is still pretty good. So it's the lighter weight and not having to manage it is letting club speed go up 4 miles an hour, 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Yep.
And there's your 5, 6, potentially a little bit more miles an hour in ball speed.
Yep.
But with a noticeably more going ball flight, and we're losing, you know, the 17s and the 3.9s, you know, 13.38. Yeah, miss hit will get it there, but actually, you know, really well struck middle one, 15 and 3,000. Yeah, it's really rocket that spin down. So, yeah, lots.
Yeah,
more
even
yardage.
a well hit one, I'm getting 25 more yards with this. Yeah. Okay.
So, not bad for a morning's work.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it interesting. I know I did. Thank you, Simon, very much for your time. If anyone wants to get a very good, enjoyable, thorough fitting experience, do come down to Precision Golf, and be sure to stay tuned for more videos coming every week. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, and I will see you in the next one.